So today we're going to go over segmental cat camels. In order for your spine to be healthy, you need a little bit of movement from each segment. Over time, a lot of us can lose mobility in our spine because we don't move it often enough. When segments of our spine lose the ability to move, we can get what's called hinge points. So instead of each vertebrae taking a small part of the load, you end up with one vertebrae taking a lot of the load because it's compensating for the lack of movement in the other areas, and this can lead to back pain or even injury. So this exercise is a great way to try and maintain the mobility in your spine and also become more aware of certain areas where you aren't getting much segmentation. So you're going to start on your hands and knees. It's going to be very similar to a cat camel from yoga, except instead of trying to move everything at once, we're going to start at one end and try and make our way up our spine one segment at a time. You can do it two ways. You can either start from your tailbone and go up to your neck, or you can start from your neck and work your way down to your tailbone. I'll demonstrate both. So from here, I'm actually going to start in global spinal flexion. So I'm going to round my back as much as I can. Now from here I'm going to try to keep my mid and upper back still, as well as my neck. And I'm just going to try to tilt my pelvis and start to get a little bit of movement in my lower back. Now trying to imagine I'm going one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to make my way through the low back into extension, and then allow the middle of the back to follow, then my upper back, and then finally my head, and I'm going to look up. Now from here I'm going to keep my mid and upper back in extension and just try to tuck my tailbone back underneath and extend my lower back, middle, upper, and tuck my chin. Now if I want to go in reverse, it's basically the same, but I'm going to start with the neck this time. So keep my mid and lower back still. Start by looking up, then start to extend my upper back as much as I can, then make my way down, move through the mid, lower back, and then tilt my pelvis. Then I'm going to tuck my chin, flex my upper back, mid, lower, and then tuck my tailbone back underneath. Some things to look out for with this, guys. Try not to move your shoulder blades too much. You might think you're moving your thoracic spine when you're actually just moving your scapula, and that's not training what we're aiming for here. Another thing, try not to shift your hips forwards or backwards throughout the movement. So make sure the hips stay over the knees and the shoulders stay over the wrists, and you're not sitting back this way or leaning forward this way. When you're doing this movement, you might start to notice that you have hinge points in your spine where there's a lot of movement happening, and then other parts of your spine where there's not a lot of movement happening. For now, it's good just to become aware of those areas, and in future videos I'm going to show you how you can try and get a bit more movement back to those segments. Okay, so give this exercise a try, guys. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'd really appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, bye.